Bitch, pay up now.
It's not my debt. Go ask Liu Darking for it.
Hey, you woman, this clearly has your name, Liang Xiaohui. Still trying to deny it. Pay up now.
I was pregnant, struggling to drag furniture against the door. The noise outside finally died down after a while. Things like this happened every few days. A few months ago, Liu Darking came to me with a divorce agreement and said,
Xiaohui, our company is about to go bankrupt. For the sake of our child, let's get a fake divorce first.
Of course I didn't agree. Darking, all these years, we've supported each other through everything. Let's get through this together.
But I think we need to give our child a good future. After the divorce, I'll transfer all the assets to you.
I couldn't withstand Liu Darking's persistent coaxing. I signed the divorce papers, and signed the asset transfer contract too. Until the mistress showed up at my door, pregnant. Only then did I realize that it was a loan shark contract. After Liu Darking gave me 10,000 yuan, he kicked me out of the house. I walked out of the rental apartment. I went to the company that Liu Darking and I had built from scratch after years of street vending, standing at the entrance. I happened to see Liu Darking helping the mistress into the company. I ignored them. Numbly, I took the freight elevator straight to the rooftop. I stroked my belly. I remembered giving up the college entrance exam for Liu Darking, and breaking with my grandmother. My babies, I'm sorry. If there's a next life, I will definitely take you to see the world outside. With that, I closed my eyes and jumped forward. The wind whistled past my ears. My mind went blank.
Xiaohui, just help me this once. Listen to me. The college entrance exam really doesn't matter much.
But when I opened my eyes again, what came into view was retro 80s decor. And Liu Darking, who was desperately persuading me to give up the college entrance exam. I look at the young Liu Darking in front of me, and start to wonder. Could it be that before death, your life really does flash before your eyes? But the warmth of his hands holding mine feels so real.
Xiaohui, slap.
I reach out my hand, and with all my strength, I slap him. Real or not, I'll hit first and ask later. Liu Darking holds his face, looking at me in disbelief. I clench my tingling right hand. It's not a dream. I've really returned to 1989, the year I was preparing for college entrance exams in my senior year. From the looks of it, Liu Darking is probably here to persuade me to drop out, to take care of his injured mother.
Xiaohui, I know this is unfair to you. As long as you take care of my mom, after I finish my military service in a year, I'll take you to start a business in Beijing.
Thinking about what happened in my past life, I sneer. The college entrance exam is my most important chance. You know I have good grades, and you still ask me to give up. Why don't you ask your sister to drop out and take care of your mom? Get out. After saying that, I walk straight home, ignoring his desperate pleas behind me. In my past life, Liu Darking's casual concern for me I mistook for love. So when he told me to skip the college entrance exam, I thought it was a sacrifice for love. Grandma raised me by growing apples. When she heard I'd given up the exam, she was furious I didn't live up to her hopes. I just packed a few sets of clothes and ran away from home. Without any status, I lived at Liu Darking's house, taking care of his mom with a broken leg. Until Liu Darking took me to Beijing, I never went back to see Grandma once. In this life, I absolutely can't repeat that mistake. Before I even reached the doorstep, I shouted at the top of my lungs, Grandma, I'm back. Our little Nanan is back. Time for dinner. Go wash your hands. Seeing Grandma alive and real in front of me, my eyes suddenly welled up. Okay, Grandma's cooking is the best. You're such a chatterbox. After dinner, I lay in bed, digesting everything that happened today. The college entrance exam is less than half a year away. If I'm going to take it, I have to get into the best university. Only then will this second chance be worth it. As for Liu Darking, I won't let him off easy either.
Where's Liang Xiaohui? Tell her to come out.
The next morning, I was in morning self-study, and after putting down my pen and stepping out of the classroom, a crowd had already gathered outside. The person who came was none other than Liu Darking's sister, Liu Yulon. What do you want from me?
What do I want? Weren't you supposed to come to our house and take care of my mom? Why didn't you show up?
Thinking about how in the previous life I took care of her mom for free, and never got a kind word from either of them, I just had to laugh. Why should I go? She's not my mom.
Don't you like my brother?
First, I don't like your brother. Second, why don't you go take care of your own mom? Why drag an outsider like me into it? Liu Yulon was so stunned by my comeback she couldn't speak. Finally she muttered, I'm going home, and vanished after saying she'd tell her brother. Ignoring the stares around me, I walked back to my seat and continued working on my problems. The midterm exam came as scheduled. For this exam, I've prepared thoroughly. Overall, I didn't have any issues. Except physics was a bit tough. After the exam, school gave us 2 days off. I stayed home to review my physics mistakes.
Sweetie, don't stay in your room all day. You'll ruin your eyes.
No, Grandma, I need to make the most of my time.
That you think that way, sweetie, makes Grandma happy, but
what?
I heard from Aunt Wang's daughter that you're going to take care of Darking's mother who broke her leg. Don't make a foolish decision.
Don't worry, Grandma, I know better than anyone what I want.
Your grandfather didn't get into college and regretted it his whole life. Our sweetie will definitely get what she wants.
2 days later, the break ended. The school posted the midterm results. Look, I'm still first place. And 30 points ahead of second. It's about what I estimated. But to secure a spot in a top school, I can't let my guard down. The college entrance exam is just around the corner. The school started setting up exam rooms. All the students, seniors, have to take their stuff home and study there. After breakfast, I had just opened my classical Chinese textbook to memorize some passages when I heard banging on the door. I opened the door, and there was Lu Darking's face, way too close. I instantly felt disgusted. I turned to slam the door. But he stuck his foot in the door.
Xiaohui, hear me out. I shouldn't have told you to give up the exam. I regretted it as soon as I said it. Now that I'm discharged from the army, I came straight back to you. You've always been in my heart. No matter how you score, I'll work hard to give you a good life.
Retired for me. I rolled my eyes so hard. In my previous life, I remember he was sent back because of misconduct. That's why he was discharged, right? A wave of anger swept over me. I pulled open the door. I kicked Lu Darking in the chest. Please don't make our relationship sound so ambiguous. You know why you came back early, you know it yourself, and give me back the $50 your family owes mine. $50 in the 1980s was a lot of money. Grandma sold apples for months and still couldn't make that much. Lu Darking clutched his chest and it took him a while to straighten up.
Since when did my family owe yours money?
My parents were still alive when they lent it to your family. Your family, on the other hand, never said a word after my parents died.
I went back inside and got the IOU.
Here's the proof. It has your parents' signatures and thumbprints. You're not going to deny it, are you?
My voice rose. The neighbors gathered around.
Geez, he's pocketing even this money.
Yeah. Aunt Liang raised Hui all by herself.
Lu Darking, red-faced, stood up.
I'll pay you back in a couple of days. Liang Xiaohui, you'll regret this.
I regretted it a long time ago. Regretted it in my past life. Shouldn't have fallen for his empty promises. The next day, Lu Darking sent back $50 through someone. I gave the money to Grandma and told her to go to the market soon to buy a few more laying hens. I lied, saying I wanted eggs. After 3 days, the college entrance exam ended. I lay in bed, thinking about how to earn living expenses during the break. The apples at home are ripe. In the past, we relied on others to buy them. The price is low, and they're very picky. They always reject about a third. Maybe the rejects, I could take the apples and eggs and try selling them in town. As soon as I thought of it, I set off. I made an appointment with Uncle Zhang, who works in town, to meet up. Early the next morning, I picked 2 small baskets of apples. I went to the chicken coop. The eggs saved from the past few days plus today's added up to over 50. I wrapped them in straw and put them into the baskets. After securing the 2 baskets, I got on Uncle Zhang's motorcycle. I waved goodbye to Grandma.
Xiaohui, are you taking stuff? Going to town to visit relatives?
No, I'm just bored on break, so I'm taking some things to sell.
If my Xiao Jun were half as good as you, I'd have nothing to worry about.
Once in town, I asked Uncle Zhang to drop me off at the supply and marketing cooperative. After thanking him, I carried my load and walked into the cooperative. Hello, comrade, give me the cheapest pack of cigarettes. I put the cigarettes in my pocket and walked out of the cooperative, but I wasn't going to sell on the street. There's a villa district in town. The people living there are either rich or powerful. I decided to try my luck there. I arrived at the back gate. Sure enough, there was a guard. I took out the cigarettes and pointed at the 2 baskets of apples. Uncle, I'm here to visit relatives with these things. Can you make an exception and let me in?
Make it quick.
Okay. Thank you. I ring the doorbell of one of the yards. This yard has the most variety of flowers. It clearly took a lot of effort. The care it shows tells me its owner is a lady who loves life.
What's the matter, little girl?
Hello, Auntie. I brought some apples and eggs from home. See if you need any.
That's too many. I can't decide on my own.
You don't have to buy all of them, and my prices are a bit lower. Eggs are $1 per pound, 3 pounds for just $2.97. Apples freshly picked this morning, only 6 cents per pound. No need to pick by shape, 5 cents per pound.
Then I'll go back and get money to buy some. wait for me.
I can't sell many apples at a high price. I focus on small profits but quick sales. I go door to door every few villas, though I sometimes get turned away. But that's okay. Finally, I sold them all. I made $7.94 from eggs. I made 60 cents from apples. After deducting 10 cents for transportation, I'm left with $8.54. Today's task of building brand awareness is perfectly done. Liu Daqing came to ask me to work in Shenzhen again. My grandma found out. She chased him for miles with a manure scoop. Just sitting in grandma's orchard. Soon I started contacting apple growers around. I bought their fruits at 3 cents, regardless of shape. I started going to town every day. I gave cigarettes to the staff on duty. The price kept going up. Now he wouldn't ask any questions. He'd just let me in. I reached out and rang the doorbell. Aunt Wu saw it was me. She hurried inside to call someone.
Ma'am, the girl who sells fruit is here.
A distinguished-looking lady came out of the house. She looked me up and down with surprise.
I thought Aunt Wu was joking with me. It turns out you really are a young girl.
Ma'am, are my apples delicious?
Impudent child, just call me Aunt Chen. Your fruits are delicious and cheap. My husband and kids fight over them. I need to take a few more pounds of apples. And eggs. No thing.
I hoisted the carrying pole and set off to the next house. Following the same route as last time, I made a second round of sales. Everywhere I went, people wanted a few pounds of apples or eggs. Today, I sold out even earlier than before. Bored, I crouched by the street waiting. Uncle Zhang, with all the people coming and going, how come a tricycle is blocking the way? That's so inconsiderate, I muttered to myself. And there's a sign too. I took a closer look. For sale cheap, this is exactly the delivery tool I need now. Looking at the tricycle, no major problems. It's probably hard to haggle. I went into the shop behind to ask. Boss, whose tricycle is this?
Little girl, if you're serious, I'll call the owner for you.
Go ahead and call him out. Let's talk price. If it's fair, I'll take it.
The shopkeeper adjusted his glasses, looked at me, and went through the back door to call someone. I gave the bike a careful look. It wasn't too big. I could load and ride it myself. The license plate was old, but the bike was still in great shape. The owner must have taken good care of it.
Young lady, I heard you want to buy this tricycle from me.
I turned around and saw an old man with white hair but a strong build. I mean, how much are you asking?
I've had this tricycle for so long, if my son weren't taking me to Beijing, I wouldn't part with it. Since you really want it, I'll let it go for $80.
80? I thought I misheard. A tricycle that's nearly 20 years old for 80? This old man is selling nostalgia. This tricycle is too old. Some parts are rusted. I'd take it for 20 without hesitation.
When the old man heard that, his beard bristled with anger.
Young lady, who taught you to bargain like that? 50. If I weren't in a hurry, I wouldn't lower the price.
Grandpa, we really don't have that much money. How about I add a bit, 25?
At least 40.
I pretended to be a bit angry and said, final offer, 33, or I'm leaving. As I started to walk away, the old man quickly grabbed me.
You win, kid. 33, it is. I'm in a hurry to sell.
Here's 5 as a deposit. Tomorrow, right here, at this time, I'll pay the rest and you hand over the tricycle. Deal. The old man took the money and readily agreed. Deal.
Tomorrow, both I and the tricycle will be here waiting for you.
At the dinner table, I took out some money. Grandma, I want to talk to you about something.
Go ahead, Nanan.
Today I earned $1.55. I'm putting down 71 cents. I put a deposit on a used tricycle.
Our family's first vehicle was bought by Nanan. But don't spend too much, okay?
I held up both hands to show the number 33. It was originally $11.43, but I got it for $4.71.
Amazing. Nanan is the breadwinner now. We'll do whatever you say.
The next day, I took $4 and showed up as promised. I took out 2 copies of the tricycle resale agreement. Please take a look to see if there are any issues. If it's fine, we'll sign and seal. The old man barely looked at it. He took the pen and signed without hesitation. After signing, I got on the new tricycle and rode home happily. But as soon as I got home, I saw a crowd gathered at the door. I thought something happened to Grandma. Move aside. What's going on?
Xiao Hui is back.
The crowd that had gathered at the door instantly turned their eyes to me.
Xiao Hui, you've made us so proud.
Mrs. Liang, you'll be able to enjoy life from now on.
Xiaohui, you got into Tsinghua University. That's so impressive.
I took the admission letter from Grandma's hand and examined it over and over. My name is Liang Xiaohui. After closing the door, I couldn't hold it in anymore. I burst into tears in my grandmother's arms. as if to pour out all the grievances from my past life and the anxiety of my rebirth all at once. And just like that, I had a car. I was no longer limited to selling in the villa area. I started taking apples to sell at the train station. I also occasionally went to the neighboring town. The apples basically sold out every day. By the time school started, I had earned over $1,500. It was enough to cover my college expenses. A week before school started, I planned to go to school early to get familiar with it. Grandma was worried about me leaving home for the first time. She wanted to prepare everything for me. Seeing that she was buying more and more, I quickly stopped her. I'm not a kid anymore. I can buy what I need myself, and with all this stuff, I can't carry it all by myself.
Look at me, I got carried away buying.
I knew it was Grandma's care for me. The day of departure arrived. I packed my luggage and prepared to head to Beijing. I got my ticket at the last minute. Carrying all my bags, I just found my seat and sat down. The train whistled. To my grandma on the platform, I waved goodbye. The train kept stopping and starting. It took 2 days to reach Beijing. Breathing the air of Beijing, my memories began to overlap with those from a past life. But this time, my life would finally be different from the previous one. I went to the registration desk to get my dorm number, got the key, grabbed my luggage and headed straight there. Opened the door. Someone had arrived before me. It was a fashionably dressed girl. Hi, classmate, I'm Liang Xiaohu, from Shandong,
That girl bounced over to me.
and shook my hand.
I'm Qin Yun, I'm local, from Beijing.
Seemed like a nice, easygoing person. I picked a bed in the corner. After wiping it down, I started unpacking. My 2 other roommates also arrived before school started. Xie Xiaohua and Luo Wenwen. They seemed nice. Maybe because it was the first semester, I didn't have many classes. I had free time every day. Since it was the weekend, I went to the bus stop to wait. I remembered there was a wholesale market in Beijing. In my past life, Lu Darking and I sourced goods from there and made our fortune. I suddenly thought, what about setting up a stall near school? Tsinghua is near many universities. Lots of students, lots of foot traffic, should be good profit. The wholesale market is huge inside, shops packed one next to another. I lowered my cap brim and looked carefully. I wanted to stock some brightly colored, boldly designed clothes. Even though right now most people dress pretty plainly. If I remember correctly, bell-bottoms will be the trend soon, and these clothes. I've walked through the first and second floors, didn't find anything I liked. I had already lost hope. But on the 3rd floor, at the far end, I found a shop that looked way slower than the others. There was only the owner inside, sitting there listening to the radio. But they not only had shirts, but skirts and even bell-bottoms. Boss, I really like the styles you have here. I want to work with you. I'd like to partner with you.
You're just a kid. What ideas could you have?
I want to buy from you every month, or even every week, and sell them elsewhere.
So you want to wholesale from me?
Well, you could say that.
Alright, I'll knock $1 off each piece for you.
No, I want a uniform price per piece.
$6, little girl. You drive a hard bargain. Are you messing with me?
I want a long-term partnership with you. Plus, I'll design some styles for you to manufacture. For each style, I'll pay you an extra processing fee.
The shopkeeper said impatiently.
90 cents is squeezing my profit margin. $1.35 each.
I stopped haggling with her. Let's not go back and forth. $1.28 each. We all make a profit. But, boss, you'll need to have someone deliver them to my place. Seeing the shopkeeper still hesitant. Once my business picks up, I'll raise the purchase price. Let's work well together. Hearing this, the shopkeeper readily shook my hand and signed the agreement on the spot.
I picked out 30 items.
Tell Mr. Tang at noon on Wednesday to have someone deliver them to Tsinghua University's northeast gate. After returning from the market, I started looking for rental info near the school. After all, it's not practical to keep the clothes in the dorm. I planned to rent a small room as my initial warehouse. I worked non-stop for 2 days, and finally I found one. A courtyard house, with half of the west wing partitioned off. 75 cents per month. The size is just right. Once I set up 2 clotheslines, I could also fit a bed. And it's not far from the dorm. No class on Wednesday morning. I put on my hat. I arrived early at the northeast gate to wait. After waiting a while, a young guy, out of breath, came riding a tricycle. Are you sent by Boss Tang?
Yes, just call me Gangzi.
Gangzi, following my directions, rode to the courtyard house. I took the key and opened the door. And carried the goods into the room with Gangzi. After finishing, I started checking the quantity and style of the clothes, and hung them up for storage. Soon it was Friday. I finished dinner early, and went to the warehouse to sort the clothes. Carrying a woven bag, and a drying rack on my shoulder, I headed to Yingkai Street. At the intersection of Yingkai Street and Yuanan Street, there was a night market. I had scouted it beforehand. There were quite a few people. When I arrived, the stalls were already set up. I set up next to a handmade woven bag stall. The stall owner was a kind auntie who saw me busy alone, and even helped me set up the rack. I quickly thanked her. Just as I put up the sign, 2 young girls came over. Maybe it was the bright colors of the new clothes. They hesitated to pick them up. I walked over and grabbed a random t-shirt. You can take them out and look.
But isn't this color a bit too bright?
I spun around on the spot and replied,
Clothes are for you to wear. What matters most is you like them. See, I'm wearing one too. Do you think it's too bright?
The 2 girls looked at the red t-shirt on me, shook their heads, maybe convinced. They started picking out clothes. But in the end, they only chose one. A white blouse with a slight design. I took out a pair of simple dark jeans. These jeans go with the blouse. It's a great look. Tuck the hem into the jeans, simple and elegant. Only one left. And it's your size.
All right, wrap them up for me, please.
Later, I set up a stall. I only managed to sell about a dozen items. It seems people aren't quite ready for it yet. I sat in my dorm watching the rain outside. I figured I wouldn't be able to set up the stall today. Just then, Qin Yun burst in excitedly and said, When?
Xiaohua and Xiaohuai, let's go to the indoor basketball court and watch some basketball. I heard there will be a lot of cute guys today.
The 3 of us looked at each other. Seeing we weren't reacting, Qin Yun grabbed our hands.
Come on, come with me. Think of it as a dorm bonding activity. I already asked someone to save us seats.
Since I can't set up the stall today anyway, let's just go and have fun. I haven't really experienced college life yet. When the 4 of us arrived at the basketball court, it was almost full. Guess the cute guys have quite the pull. Just arrived.
Qin Yun asked someone to save the spot for us.
Then cheers erupted in the gym. It sounded like the red team's number 9 player got the loudest cheers. We took a look. He was really good looking. 185 centimeters, broad shoulders, narrow waist, fair skin, delicate features. He could be an actor. I don't really know much about basketball, but my roommates were really into it, so I didn't want to spoil the fun. I was just busy setting up our stall. I was so tired my eyes were glazing over. Just then, something came flying toward us. I turned around and saw it was a basketball. Out of instinct, I punched the basketball coming straight at me. It bounced back with a bang right into the face of the guy who came to save it. He fell to the ground. That sure woke me up. I walked over to check on him. Wasn't this the number 9 player who could be an actor? The handsome guy. Under that tall nose, there were 2 red streaks. I pulled out a handkerchief and pressed it against his nose. Hey, just press it to stop the bleeding. Should I pay you some medical expenses?
No need, it's not serious.
With that, he pushed through the crowd and left. In the end, because the red team's key player was injured, the game was called off. On the way back to the dorm, my roommates couldn't stop laughing.
Xiaohui, you're the first one to make Senior Jian get injured on the basketball court. You know him? Come on, he's GNK. The school's celebrity. A lot of people came just to see him today.
I looked at Wen and Xiaohua with a questioning glance, and they both nodded in confirmation. Man, I've been so busy with the stall lately. About school, I have no idea at all. Little figures are running wild in my head. But I said, he's the one who didn't want the compensation. What I'm about is no overthinking, just another weekend. After a brief chat with Boss Tang, I took out the drawings and handed them to her.
Xiaohui, not bad. But this only has 2 straps, the top that's pulled by straps. Isn't it too revealing?
This is called a cami top. It looks great on. Take these styles and make samples first. By Wednesday, put them in with the stock and ship them together. I'll get back to you with Gangzi about which ones to mass produce.
Okay, go pick the stock.
With referrals from classmates, many people are willing to start trying new styles. The last batch sold faster and faster. This time I picked 100 pieces. Back at school, I checked my watch. It was still early. I decided on a whim to browse at Wang Fujing bookstore. The bookstore is huge. It has several floors. Many couples come here for dates. It's just a pity. There are very few books on fashion design. Only interpretation of fashion design is in stock.
Are you interested in fashion design?
GNK, is your nose better?
Thanks for going easy on me.
Alright, GN. How about I treat you to a meal? Consider it an apology.
What do you want to eat? Anything's fine, I'm not picky.
Is lamb offal soup okay?
You really know how to eat. This place has the most authentic flavor.
We didn't talk much during the meal. GNK finished a bit earlier than me. Before I could react, he had already paid. Didn't we agree I would pay?
Liang, I only agreed to come eat with you. I didn't say you were treating.
The school gate where GNK and I went back to the dorm wasn't the same one. Before we parted, I ran into a department store, bought an apple and handed it to GNK.
Apple? Yes.
Wish you peace and safety from now on.
Thanks, I'll take that.
Wednesday evening, I set up my stall on time. At my usual spot, a lot of customers showed up.
Xiaohu, what are you doing here?
Oh no, it's Kinyan and them. But the clothes I brought out today are almost sold out. So, after packing up, I brought them directly to my small storage room.
Wow, so many clothes. Xiaohui, are all these yours? I heard there's a stall at the night market that sells really nice clothes. I was planning to ask you to come with me tonight. So it's you.
If there's something you like, pick two.
No need to pay, thanks Xiaohui. I heard you're great at matching. Quick, help me pick an outfit.
Help me pick one too. Me too, me too.
Later, on Wangfujing Street, I rented a shop, decorated it in a minimalist style, and launched my own brand, Xiaohui's Closet. Boss Tang became my subcontracting partner. I'm responsible for designing the clothes, drafts go to him, and he handles production. Of course, we definitely need to sign a non-disclosure agreement for the drafts. Today is Mid-Autumn Festival, so I told my staff to go home early for reunion. After seeing off the last customer, I turned off the lights and locked up. To get back before the dorm curfew, I'll have to run a bit.
Liang Xiaohui, are you doing well now?
Who hates me so much they're gnashing their teeth? I turn around. A sloppily dressed, grey-haired man appears before me. It's Liu Daking. Everyone's gone home for reunions. Only me and Liu Daking are on the street. I stay alert. How did you find me? Liu Daking grins, showing yellow teeth.
Who in the village doesn't know you're doing big business in Beijing?
I step back and say, what do you want?
I owe some loan sharks. You're so rich now, why not help me pay it off?
Liu Daking rushes over as he speaks. I grip my bag and throw it at him, about to turn and run back. Oh, someone stepped forward, kicked Liu Daking flying 2 meters away. Then went over and pinned Liu Daking down. Liu Daking had no chance to fight back. I was stunned when I saw that person's back. Why would GNK be here? Afraid Liu Daking would get hurt. I grabbed GNK. GNK, stop fighting, something bad will happen. GNK said coldly to Liu Daking.
Get lost.
Liu Daking, terrified, fled in panic.
I tugged at GNK's sleeve. GNK, thank you, Liang Xiaohui. You didn't come back to school so late.
Don't you know I'd be worried about you?
For a moment, I was dumbfounded. I didn't know how to respond to him. After that night, I never saw Liu Daking again. But my relationship with GNK seemed to have changed as well. Later, I graduated from Tsinghua without a hitch. Within a few years after graduation, I relied on the money I made from selling clothes and my connections to set up a clothing company in Beijing. Before property prices went up, I bought a house and brought my grandma to Beijing to live out her years. I stood by the floor-to-ceiling window in my office, watching the street bustling with traffic, so lively. My phone received a text message. I opened it to check. It said just 2 simple words, come down. I packed up and went down to the first floor. Janke was waiting for me, leaning against his car. I couldn't help smiling and ran to him. From then on, among the countless lights, one light was lit for me.